Hey
Hey.
everyone, and welcome back for
Hey.
another SCS software stream. Hope you're all doing well. My name is Alex, one of your community managers here at SCS Software, and joining me live from the studio in Prague, we have some great people with us. We have, first of all, Mark, our community manager and consultant. Mark, it's great to have you back. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Alex. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. And we also have, coming all the way from the other side of the world, Oscar, Director of Global
Hey.
Partnerships. Oscar, it's great to have you in the studio. It's been a while. How have you been?
Good. I've been really good. I've just come back from a vacation, so yeah, everything's doing well. I'm not Namiro, as you can probably tell. So
Yeah, I feel like this is false advertising. I thought I was going to be with Namiro today, and now I'm stuck with Oscar. Like, geez.
yeah, I'm
Oh.
always here now. I've been on quite a lot of streams recently, I think.
You have been, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have. Yeah, you've been keeping busy and traveling around, but it's great to have you both. And it's only exciting when you have this range of people in our studio. When you have Oscar here, when you have Mark here, that combo is like, ooh, something big is about to happen, and you can probably tell. Oh, there's the fist bump, boom! And as you can tell,
Boom.
I mean, it's kind of from the title already. We do have something very exciting to show you. Of course, we're taking a look at this absolute beauty on the screen. This is, of course, the legendary workhorse that is the Mack Pinnacle. What a lovely truck it is. Today, we're going to be taking a look at it for the very first time in American Truck Simulator. And also, are we in Arkansas as well, Mark?
We are. We are actually, you can see the flag in the background there. We are actually at the chicken coop for Arkansas here on I-30.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, it's I-30.
Yeah, definitely. I hear
The confidence, the
You're
confidence.
like
I should know this. I've been out of the game too long, man. I got to go back to truck driving, refresh my memory.
I like the orange that you chose for the truck.
Yeah?
It is.
Really,
It is.
Yeah, I mean the lines do match the profile of the truck.
It's
It's really old school.
It's a reference to a paint job from a
Mm.
real life trucking company.
Mm.
If anybody
Oh.
That we
in-
that we worked with.
that we haven't worked with.
No?
No.
It's not what I'm thinking then.
What are you thinking? Oh, no, it's not that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other big orange company.
All right.
So if anyone in the chat thinks they know what it is, let me know. And maybe,
Let us
I don't
know.
know, I'll give you a signed plushy bulldog or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's
Interesting.
thinking what I'm thinking, but
Yeah, they're
it's
wrong.
Not.
Yeah, it's not that. Stop
I
typing
guess
that.
it's not that.
It's looking good. Well, it is a beautiful truck indeed. And of course, we're going to deep dive into it, showing you what the Mack Pinnacle is all about in American Truck Simulator and what, it has to offer in terms of customization and more. And talk a little bit as well about behind the scenes of how it came to be in American Truck Simulator, because it's quite an exciting partnership, isn't it, Oscar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's been a while in the making, obviously. Yeah, so it's been an interesting journey with Mac. Of course, we started with the Pinnacle, but back then, even a long time ago, we saw that the Pinnacle was something that a lot of truck drivers liked, a lot of our players liked, and of course, Mark. I think this is one of your favorite trucks.
Yeah, I actually tried to buy one.
Yeah.
Back in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I was fully ready to pull the trigger on a Mack Pinnacle. I went to the dealership. I was trying to deal with the salesman, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
Right.
Unfortunately, that particular dealership wasn't really interested in making a sale that week.
I
But
see.
yeah, I was like totally like ready to buy a Mack Pinnacle. I love these trucks so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, so with Mac, I think even back when we were 3 years ago, when we were over in Allentown, where they had the Mac Experience Center, we were there to do sound recordings for the Mac Anthem. We also saw the Pinnacle there, and we actually got some sounds from there as well. And that was the first time we saw the new grill, the new front grill that they had. So that's the one that we have with this model. You'll also see more options for it later on. Yeah, so that was the first time we saw it. We really liked it, and yeah, from then on, it was just working to get the model, get the references that we needed to make sure that the model it's perfect and it works for the game. Mark,
Mark, hey, do not disturb the zone, Mark. He's got it. Keep an eye on the road.
So the truck, I mean, I think the interior of the truck is pretty similar to the Anthem.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's actually a very similar cab structure. Actually, I think pretty much the same cab
Pretty
structure.
much,
So the
yeah.
interior and everything should be the same. Sleeper should be the same.
Yeah, it's a good looking truck.
But it's a
It is.
good-looking truck, especially with the hood design, which is pretty classic.
Mhm.
Where is the traffic?
That's a good point. Oh,
Oh,
there it is.
There you
That'll
go.
be good. There you
There you
go.
go.
Can ask for better
Uh-huh.
timing. Can ask for better timing. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I know, chat, you're very, very excited to see this. A lot of you already reacting and pogging in the chat as well, which is great to see. And we're so excited to show this off to you. Of course, we're going to head to the garage right now. I believe you've got the GPS set to take a look more into the Pinnacle. But of course, we couldn't keep this a secret. You might have seen some teasers over the last few weeks of us kind of showing off maybe
Even
the Pinnacle
months.
here or there,
Thanks,
or even
Mark.
months.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mark.
maybe even months.
Does anyone
Maybe you
remember
spotted
that?
that was back in February.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
Very early teaser though.
Yeah, that was when I first
Um,
started taking screenshots, and I was also at the same time testing the Mac Pinnacle for the guys that were building it. And I still had it on my build, and I was taking screenshots, and I never even noticed it sitting there at the fuel pumps in that screenshot. But to be fair, neither did anybody else.
Yeah. It was all our fault, or maybe it was planned.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it was.
100%,
sure.
absolutely.
Maybe. Part of the plan. I like it. Well, of course, chat, it's great to see you also very, very excited for these trucks, and also for Arkansas as well, which is going to be coming out in just 3 days time. And so this is kind of like the perfect companion for this DLC for sure. Of course, we got it on the front cover of the Arkansas DLC box art, which looks absolutely fantastic as well. So make sure, if you haven't already, add that to your Steam wish list on the Steam store, because that comes out on the 16th of September. But chat, let us know what do you love about this truck, because I know a lot of you are quite familiar with the Pinnacle already. A lot of you making comments about its design. Is it more just like it kind of looks a bit more old school, or you liking the shape of it? Let us know what your first impressions are of the Mac Pinnacle. But of course, we're going to be pulling here into the garage to take a closer look and talk all about the Mac Pinnacle and what kind of customizations are on offer here in the garage, which I'm excited for. I'm sure the team has put a lot of work into this truck, and I'm excited to see what's on offer, especially now that you've set the bar with the paint jobs, Mark, because I've heard there's some good paint jobs.
Yeah, I'm actually really jazzed with the paint jobs. Our team did a great job. Got some really kind of like throwback retro paint jobs on it. Really suits the truck. And I'll show them off here in a second.
Let's do it.
So I guess we'll just start right from the beginning. So we have 3 cabs on offer. We have the day cab, 48-inch flat top, and 70-inch sleeper cab. And chassis to go with them, of course. We have the mid-lift, which is available option still from Mack. It's a 6x2 with lifting axle, adaptive loading axle, I guess. It automatically drops when it senses a load. We have the 505 horsepower engine and 2 others as well. And we have a range of transmissions, including the new M-Drive HD, which is a 14-speed transmission.
It's the 12 plus 2 crawler gears?
Yes, it has 2 crawler gears, and it has a super low differential ratio. And basically what that allows you to do is it's a down sped spec. So when you're running an overdrive gear, let's say if you're empty or with a light load, your RPMs are super low.
Yeah.
Allow you to take advantage of the fuel mileage, lower piston speeds, all that. And when you're loaded, you're running direct drive. And the advantage of being in direct drive is less parasitic loss and cooler transmission temperatures.
Okay.
So
and how often would you say you see this on trucks that
So
have
this
this
is-
available?
This is something that's becoming more and more common, especially with Macks and Volvos. They're really pushing their turbo compounding technology. They're doing these super down-spec'd trucks, and like they're just like, even now, like 2.64 is like a super steep spec even 2 years ago, and now they're going as low as like 2.16.
Right.
And like the Mack trucks are performing awesome. Like it's just, there's a whole bunch of advantages. The way they designed the combustion chamber, and it's all about parasitic loss, right? The less distance the piston travels, the less loss you have,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And with the turbo compounding, the truck is able to sort of pick up all this otherwise wasted power,
Right.
and keep the torque. Like I think at something like you get like 90% of your torque at like 950 RPM or something, 900 RPM, yeah.
That's crazy.
We have for the mid roof, we have 3 different interior trims. The standard, which is a basic kind of work truck package. The premium gives you some gauges, some nicer silver trim here, and the exclusive, which gives you, I guess, different seats here. Yeah, gives you the
I like
leather
that. I like
seats.
that. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, you get the GPS unit here. And with the 70-inch sleeper, you get a 4th interior trim option, which is the Ultra. And that gives you some nice wood grain.
Oh, look at
Some
that.
nice dark leather
Nice.
here. It all matches in the sleeper and stuff.
That's the one I would go for. That's it. That's the one.
What would you say is the most common configuration for the Pinnacle?
For the Pinnacle, that's hard to say. I mean, typically you most often see these. I want to say as day cabs or mid roofs. I would say.
I've seen a lot of day cabs for sure.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
guys doing local work,
Yeah.
like kind of heavier duty. Like this is like a cross between like a vocational truck and a
Yeah.
highway truck, right?
And and this really reminds me of the design of the Mac R. I guess.
Yes,
I guess
yeah.
that's where everyone kind of knows the design and the styling kind of.
Yeah, it's these big like octagonal shaped
Yeah.
fenders with the flat top. Like it's a very beefy, muscular look, right? Let me get rid of that bull bar. We can really appreciate the.
Yeah, because some people in the chat were actually getting a bit confused because of the angle that you looked at. It almost looked like the wheel was almost kind of glitching through the front, but in fact, it's just a very
No, it's just
close
a thin
front cut
bumper.
isn't it?
Yes.
So like the illusion almost looks like it. So it's not a bug. That is actually how close they are to the bumper there at the front, chat.
It's a set forward. I guess that's how it looks when you really try to push it as far forward as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about bridge law and ride and stuff like that. There's advantages to having a set forward axle, advantages to having a set back axle. And of course, before Mack split them between the Pinnacle and the Anthem, it actually was a Pinnacle set forward and a Pinnacle set back was what they offered. The Pinnacle set back went away when the Anthem came out, of course. And the Pinnacle name was carried on with this truck. So we also have the older Pinnacle parts on here.
Yeah.
So
Look at that. Okay,
We
so you
had
can go
to.
old
We
school.
had to.
You had to do it. You had to do it. And was that like, like did you have to go find an older truck to get all the references for that as well when you were out there at the factory or anything like that? Or how did that work out?
No, I think
terms
for
of
these
everything.
we really just did it from a lot of reference photos that we
Got it.
found. I mean, most of the truck, we're lucky enough to get references from Mack, but a lot of it also were quite kind of obscure parts and options that we felt that we had to do the truck justice and also include them. So some of it, there was just a lot of research done, a lot of trial and error to make sure that it looked right. And of course we have our resident expert Mark to make sure that it all looks good.
this was actually the very first thing I was tasked with before I was even an employee of SCS, when we were already doing the paperwork for me to come over.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Namiro hit me up and said, "Hey, the vehicle guys they know you're coming and they would like you to kind of take a look at this." So, they had some reference material put together. I guess they were just starting on it, so I kind of went through it and offered some advice, and so I can say this is the very first thing I got my fingers on.
That's awesome. Well, the chat is itching to get through all of these kind of like gray dots that we have here to kind of look through everything that's possibly configurable and change worthy. So let's run through them all from the back to the front.
From the back to the front? Yeah, okay. So some of it you're going to see some parity with the Anthem. I believe the Anthem has the same mud flap options here, right?
Yeah.
So these are all going to be similar.
Yeah,
I
they
think,
have the classic Mac logo, like the one you're wearing.
yeah, on my hat here and on my
Very nice.
on my shirt. You can't see because of the laptop, but
He's all macked up. Love to see it.
I believe these are updated though. I don't think they were chrome before. I think this rod was black, so now we have a chrome to match. We have so for the fairings are, we had these already, I believe, right? But we have some new exhaust options, and this was a really nice addition to see. So of course you have the standard bottom dump grass burner exhaust, and the standard that you guys will remember, and the double that you'll remember. But we have some brand new ones. We have the standard 2, which gives you the outset exhaust,
Okay.
as well as the double 2 and this is an option. I believe it's available on the Anthem as well, but it's like super, super rare. But on the Pinnacle, like anytime you see a Pinnacle with dual exhaust, it's always this style. Now, of course, you can't get the bunk extenders with this, but it gives you that kind of nice rugged look. Since they don't offer the beside the cab exhaust anymore, this kind of is the next best thing.
Right.
Looks really nice and just super rugged, you know.
Absolutely. It's looking good.
We have a variety of new fuel tanks, new lengths that are brand new for the Pinnacle.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised at the size of them. They're pretty big. Like they have quite a lot in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
You've got to fill up the length of the chassis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much. Yeah.
What else
I think the mirrors are pretty unique to this, this truck. I think we had quite a hard time trying to find references for this particular design of the mirror. I don't know.
Where did you first see it?
How
then?
did we manage it in the end?
I don't know, but I remember you actually asking me, can I go buy one of these mirrors and bring it with me?
Yeah, because it was so difficult to find anything online for this, and it was obscure, but we know it existed. It was on so many trucks out there, but all of them were grainy photos, stuff like that. So we thought maybe a good way would just to buy it. But I think in the end we found enough references and put them together to make this unique mirror design that's not on the Anthem.
Oh, that's so cool. It's very classic looking, like very old school vintage, and I think a lot of people are going to love that and make some really cool configurations from that. We got the side flares there as well.
Yep. Yeah, we got the, again, same as what you have offered on the Anthem. A lot of these things you're going to see are similar, the door handles and stuff like that, because they do share the same cab. But I can't remember, do we have the chrome vent on the Anthem, or is this new?
I think we should have it on the Anthem.
Okay.
But might be new.
And of course the hood intake there. Then we have all our oversized stuff, our flags. Oh, mirrors. I forgot about the mirrors. Yeah,
that wing mirrors.
Some nice square mirrors. I think this is a first for us having the square mirrors.
Yeah, pretty unique way of mounting it as well.
Very
That's
again,
so
very like old school classic, look. And of course, we have the pedigree bulldog as well as the silver bulldog, the classic silver bulldog.
The classic. Got one on the table as well. It's good to see.
Yep.
Nice big bug shield. And yeah, the flags, we got the typical oversized flags and oversized banner, of course, for any bumper you choose.
And I like that lower hanging one there as well. That was quite nice with the lights.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was a nice one.
Of course, they all light up nicely.
It's looking good.
We have some new cab flares.
Ooh, those are good. I feel like everyone's going to line up their truck completely now. They're just going to get all of the light options.
This is the kind of truck you should really deck it out in lights and chrome, stuff like that.
I agree. Yeah, it's just a good looking workhorse. It's a big beefy truck that you can't miss on the road. And the colors there as well looking really nice. Like that red
I like
as well.
this. I like this the most.
Yeah, this is looking really good.
This was, I think, the same color as one of the trucks we saw at the Mack Experience Center.
It's really close. I think the one we saw, it's hard to tell because we saw it inside and we also saw it outside, and it was one of those paint jobs, like a real nice pearl, where it just like totally shifted color depending on the light, right? I think this is pretty close.
Yeah.
We actually have a video of the truck we use for references. Maybe Benny, you can throw it up there on the screen and we can compare the paint.
Let's have a look. Oh, there it is.
Okay, it's darker.
quite a bit darker.
It's quite a bit darker.
Yeah. And look who's driving it.
Hey.
When did this happen? Tell us more about this.
So this was back in
April?
March?
February? Okay.
February, March, anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, we headed out to the Mack Demo Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and we got our hands on a variety of different Mack trucks. But definitely the highlight for me, driving my dream truck right there, which is of course a flat top Pinnacle. I was like a kid in a candy store, man. That was an absolute blast. Like honestly, I know it sounds like I'm just selling it, but it was honestly like just awesome.
Yeah, you were looking forward to that for a long time.
It was so cool, like sitting in that cab and seeing that bulldog in front of you, and like just like that big square hood. Oh man, it was so cool.
got
Tell
Nimro
them
in the
about
chat.
the trailer
Yeah.
too. Yeah, you broke something.
We already
there.
talked about
Oh,
this. We
what?
don't need to talk about it
Oh,
again.
okay. Yeah, he broke the truck. Did you break the truck or the trailer?
Technically,
It was the truck.
it was the truck.
Okay.
It was
Oh,
the airlines. The
no.
airlines got caught on the frame rail and they ripped off. It's not my fault.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's
Even
not
the
his
guys
fault.
there said it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, but he
Okay.
still broke it.
Okay.
Oh my god. Anyways, so obviously the one we drove was a little bit darker. Maybe I can sort of match the paint job here a little bit.
Mm. I like that. I do like that red quite a lot.
I
You have to show us definitely the retro
I think we
ones as
have
well.
one of the marketing screenshots that tried to replicate that truck.
Yeah. I sent him the color palette for that to Tomsa, so if it's not right, that's on me. But yeah, let's get into the paint jobs. Again, I'm
Yeah.
really impressed with the paint jobs that they did. Like, of course, we have the classic. You'll find this across a lot of different trucks, truck models. This classic, fender and roof cap one color, and then the body a different color. But you can also, so like you can kind of play around with it a little bit, I believe. Yeah, so you can even make that bottom part
Oh,
a different color.
okay. I like this.
Do something like
It's
this.
very
maybe.
simple.
Yeah. But if you want to have it the whole cab like that color, you can do it like that. So again, just kind of a nice, simple scheme, but very versatile. And of course, we have the classic paint job pack.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This
I
one-
like
this
that
one's
action
really
line.
The
That
lines
is so
really fit this truck.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so retro looking. That's great. That is super cool.
Okay, I like this.
Flare. This is nice. It's almost like it was made for it. It's perfect.
This one coming up here. This one's one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Ah,
Yeah. I think the thinner thinner horizontal lines kind of work better than
Absolutely.
the thicker ones, probably. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Hard
and these. I
truck
mean, we know
Wow.
about these flames. They make the
These
truck go
ones.
faster. It's just how it is.
Yeah,
make
plus
the
plus
most.
100 horsepower.
That's it.
Now this one, any Mac fan will
Whoa,
recognize this.
okay.
This was a very
Yeah.
common. Oh, actually, maybe not common, but definitely. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
Iconic.
iconic. Yeah, very iconic paint job for old Mac R models and the Superliner, especially. Like in the 80s, this scheme was very popular.
Yeah, I think
so-
we added. Did we add this one specifically for this truck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is brand new for the Mac Pinnacle.
Okay.
And this one is another really nice one and color changeable to boot. So whatever you want to do with it, you want to have some orange and silver, you got it. It's all yours.
I have a feeling we're going to see some really cool screenshot and videos and stuff once this does release, because the community is going to kind of go wild with the configurations and the colors as well. Very much looking forward to it when it does happen.
Of course, you'll recognize this is the one I was using at the beginning of the stream. Has anyone figured out what company this is supposed to be replicating yet?
Oh yeah, throw that in the chat right now. Let's see. What were your guesses, chat? Because we kind of got away. We were so excited by the Pinnacle that we forgot to kind of check back in on you.
Carry.
Schneider doesn't have a silver stripe. I don't know why they keep coming up with Schneider.
It's not Schneider.
It's not
yeah.
Schneider.
Schneider, I know we said
Shout
that
out to
already.
Schneider, our
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
Mamiro School of Trucking.
I think he needs to go through that school himself.
Poor Demiro.
Dang.
So the absolutely coolest paint job that we have on this is something I think we've never done before for either game, which is a matte paint job with an kind of
Oh.
aged effect to it. So
Whoa.
if you go close to it, you can actually see
It's-
this.
It's matte?
It's matte. If you make this like fully
Whoa.
black, it just absorbs the light. So this is very unique, very new. Now Mac is they have Mac Defense as like
Right, yeah.
they have that department there, right? So we want to kind of do a little bit of a or what's the word? A shout out to that sector of the company, I guess, right? With this very American themed paint job. So yeah, you actually have a separate selectable color here, and you can use that
Whoa.
to
Oh wow, that's so cool.
yeah.
That's- Wow. Didn't know that was even possible.
I mean, these guys, they're always surprising us, man.
Okay.
With what
Yeah.
they can do.
Can you change the base green color?
Yeah, you can change whatever you want. So let's
Okay.
say pick a color, Oscar, any color.
Let's make it terrible pink.
Pink, okay. You just like to see me suffer? So let's say you want to do pink and you want to
Okay.
add in some purple.
I feel like some textures are missing.
You need
That's our default.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
default
yeah.
Okay,
missing
so let's go with
texture.
yellow. So there you go. Then you can
Ah.
make your star, and you can do the same thing with the star. So, I mean, if you want to get rid of this altogether and just have a flat yellow truck,
Oh,
It's
right,
just a
yeah.
little bit dirty.
yeah, well now it's clean.
Mm.
Oh wow.
And if you want the star to be, let's say, purple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Oh, wrong one.
Oh.
It'd be this one. And this one goes yellow. Ah, I see. So they're attached. So you kind of have to choose if you want to have the star and have it clean looking.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to end up with a dirty truck. So if we paint this purple, what happens?
Are we
Take this one
hinting at
yellow.
something here or no? I don't know.
What do you think we're hinting at, Oscar?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, just for just for science,
Mm.
maybe we should see how it looks. How it looks in all black. If
It's
it was
supposed to be like an
kind of
aged
black and
effect,
grey.
right? Like it's like kind of rough. It's been through some kind of battle or something, right? It's seen some things.
Yeah, let's see it in black real quick. I want to see it in black. If you want in the matte black. You're
Oh,
talking
you want to see the
about.
matte black?
Yeah, I want to see that. Let's jump through that.
Hmm.
Maybe make the star grey.
It just
Whoa.
like disappears.
Whoa. It's like
Wow, that is
Vanta Black.
weird.
Hey, now we're gonna
Yeah.
get sued. You know that guy likes to sue.
Oh.
Does he?
Guys, delete this video. With
Benny.
yeah.
Censor it.
But yeah, any
Give me a
color you
sense of
want.
that.
You know, if you want to do like a matte blue, you just put blue right across the board, and boom, you got a nice matte blue.
That is awesome.
You want to
That
do
is
like
really,
a
really
sort
cool.
of sand khaki color, you can. If I can find it here, let's go with that one.
Mm-mm.
This opens up a lot of possibilities.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
I, as far as I know, this is the first time we've ever done anything like
Wow.
this. So really jazzed about it. I think this is the
That is
perfect
really
truck
special.
to do it on.
That is really special. I like it a lot. That is awesome. That is really, really cool.
Like
And
I really
anything
didn't
else?
expect this, so
And the
this is
classic.
also a surprise for me.
You didn't see this yet, eh?
No,
Oh, cool.
I mean I,
didn't see it
always just
either.
run the plain colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ah.
I don't really scroll down the huge list of designs because I can't choose which one to go with. So I'm a very boring person. I go to Google, I look for the model of the truck, and whatever is the most common color, I'll just replicate that.
Fair enough.
I think you're creating like the most American truck possible right now. Is that am I thinking correctly?
What
Yeah,
would ever
hamburger.
give you that idea,
I d-
Alex?
Wow.
I mean, I'm not the one choosing the selection of accessories here, but I was just
Listen,
going off of the American paint job and the American pillow. You know, nothing else though.
Why does one person need so many hamburgers?
I don't know. Ask
Good
Benny.
question.
Oh,
Oh, come on,
Hey.
guys, come on. Hey, okay. Let's bring it back. Let's have a look here. What else we got?
So we have a couple steering wheels. We have the Ultra steering wheel, the premium steering wheel. It's just a difference between leather and I believe polyurethane, and then the basic wheel, which is you're gonna lose your steering controls there.
I don't mind the standard one actually too much. This doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm liking
gotta
it. I'm
put the
liking it.
Canadian flag, right?
No, we gotta stick with the theme. Stick with the theme.
No, you've got to put something that
And is there anything,
that stands out, you know?
Is there anything with the wheel options as well, like the some of the lugs and bolts down there, or some of the rims? Is there any options with those that are new? Or
Nothing unique for this truck.
Yeah.
Got
Of
it.
course, we
Okay.
got the new rims for the Anthem, but those are just for that truck. This one didn't get anything, just the standard
Got it.
selection of wheels.
got it? Well, there's
yeah.
still a pretty incredible selection of customizations included with the Mack Pinnacle, including, the paint jobs and the different cab configurations as well. I'm sure the community are going to have a lot of fun with this truck once it does release because, just look at it. It doesn't really need an introduction, does it? It's pretty legendary, in its own right, of course. And it's such a great addition to American Truck Simulator. Oh, what is
We
it?
missed
Oh,
the
look
paint
at
job.
that. The
Nice.
Bulldog's Way. I like it. That's a nice color too it's got on it. So the metallic look as well.
Oh yeah. Again, you can play with it and make it whatever color you think looks best, and maybe throw
Very
some,
nice.
metallic in there, metallic effect.
Mm,
Yeah.
very nice. Oscar, just really quickly out of interest though, if
Mhm.
you were the one with the kind of the mouse and the controls, what kind of cab configuration and kind of color would you go for on this truck?
Probably the same sleeper.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, for a classic truck, you should kind of have a flat top. I believe that's the more common look.
I mean, this truck definitely has a vibe too.
Yeah.
But for me, the short front cab, you know what I mean, whether it's the day cab or the 48-inch sleeper, it just harkens back to the classic Mack look, right?
Yeah. This is the one that people know, and the kind of the rounded windscreen as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think between maybe even the day cab would be what I would prefer. Yeah, just the day cab, maybe with dual exhausts at the back, dual stacks.
Oh, I forgot to show that. Yeah, so actually we have brand new exhausts for the day cab as
for
well.
the day cab. Okay.
Yeah, if I can
Oh,
find the
okay.
node, which I know is here somewhere.
It's a lower one,
Probably
isn't
near
it?
the chassis.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So once again, from the Anthem, we have carried over 2 exhausts, but we have
Yes.
the outboard exhaust.
Look
Yes,
at
this one.
those.
This
That is
one.
so cool.
And
It
this
just gives
is
it so much
something-
character. It gives it so much character.
Yeah, and this is something kind of unique for. I think Mack might be the only one that does it like this. All the other trucks, they typically will mount their exhaust to the cab.
Yeah.
Mack has them still mounting them on brackets mounted to the frame, so you get this kind of unique gap between the frame and the exhaust. Again, it just looks so like unique and rugged and just like tough, you know, just like ready for work.
I just like how high the hood kind of looks, and how short the truck kind of is. So there's like a contrast here that I can't really explain it, but yeah, I like how it looks here. Maybe I'll go for the red. I think I was the most impressed by that color. Like that one.
The one we had for that we saw there.
Yeah, that really stood out. I think they
It's a
did
really
a
nice-
good choice on the color for the show.
I could
truck.
not agree more.
Now, Oscar, important
That looks
question:
really fantastic.
hood mirrors or no hood mirrors?
Hood mirrors for the day cab and no hood mirrors for sleepers. I don't know.
Okay,
why.
well you're wrong. That's okay.
How dare you?
I agree with Oscar because I think on a
I don't know
a
why. I
classic
can't
looking
explain
truck,
it.
it works. I think it
I
works.
I know for a day cab you don't really need hood mirrors
Actually, you need
as
them more.
much. Really?
Yeah, because typically with the day cab, you're in the city, and that's where you
Okay.
encounter the most like
so
cars.
I'm right. I mean, for a practical purpose, you should have hood mirrors on the day cab. For practical purposes, you don't need hood mirrors that
You're
much.
not
on a
gonna change
sleeper.
my mind on this one.
Yeah, I'm not changing your mind. I'm just not wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Mark,
Anyways, moving on.
Anyways, yeah. Anyway. Well, I want to do really quickly as well. If you have nothing more to look through on this configuration here, just a very quick shout out. A lot of you might have already seen it in our 1.51 update for American Truck Simulator. We also had another little surprise from Mack Trucks in there, and that was, of course, the black edition of the Mack Anthem as well.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice addition to have. And also, I got caught off by that as well. I didn't realize that was coming myself, actually. And I was like, oh, wait, we're doing this?
So
What
that
an
was
awesome addition. Tell us
that was
more about
actually
it. Yeah.
something that was kind of a surprise for us too. But when we were at the Mack Demo Center, Namiro was like, it was entirely Namiro. He was just kind of like, wait, do we have this in the game? And I was like, no. He's like, why not? I said, I don't know. He was like,
Yeah.
we should make it.
It's
Like-
just black, right?
Okay. So when I came back, I was talking to Marula, who was the one making the Pinnacle, and I said, like, do you think this is something we could do? And he's like, if you want it, I'll do it. So we asked him nicely, and he did it for us. So thanks, Marula, for
Thanks,
bringing us
Marula.
the Mack Black Edition. We could take a quick look at that too. I don't know. Did you
Yeah,
guys,
let's do it.
Alex? Did you guys take a look at that when did you guys take a look at it at all yet? You and Peter?
Not on the stream, we haven't. No, I've seen it
Okay.
outside of the stream now. But let's take a look at a quick look at it. For those who haven't caught it yet, as part of the 1.51 update for American Truck Simulator, which is out now, and it's a free update for all American Truck Simulator owners. Yeah, this came as a little bit of surprise for all of you. Let's quickly check it out here. So you have to kind of run through the different items here and select the the parts that are obviously black.
Can you buy it from the truck dealer as a black edition?
Yeah, actually, that'd probably be easier for me to do it that way.
That
Instead
might
of
be.
trying to change all the parts. Let's see.
You can do that too, yeah.
Truck dealers, Mac. I think there we go. So buy online, and it should be pre-configured and ready to go right there.
There it is. Perfect.
So, yeah, there was actually some quite big differences too. Like obviously, black parts goes without saying. Brand new grille with the black logo. These unique vinyl stripes that are on the all limited edition Macs, black edition Macs. But the kind of big change for us was the black painted tanks. That's new for this this cab, this truck, or sorry, this edition, I should say. And on the interior, I believe, yeah. So it's a unique addition too. I guess we had. Oh yeah, we get the black wood grain. It's black and gray wood grain. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The black bulldog. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I believe this was something. Was it Cam that was talking to us about the bulldogs? There's like only been a handful of different colored bulldogs.
Yeah, so I think most people know the standard one is silver.
Yes.
And then the gold one used to represent a full integrated drivetrain.
No, so
right?
it used to be for a very short period in, I want to say like the 70s. It was a specific package.
Right.
But at some time in more recent history, it represented what they call a full bred or a pedigree Mack truck. And that means it is a Mack truck with a Mack engine, a Mack transmission, and Mack axles. Because, of course, to this day, I believe you can still spec like different manufactured.
Hendrickson or something.
Yeah, well, that's suspension. But does the suspension count towards the pedigree as well? I can't remember.
Probably.
But definitely the axles, transmission, and engine. I know that for sure. So of course now all you can get is Mack engines, but back in the day you could get other brands as well. Now you can get the M drive transmissions, automatic transmissions, Eaton, Fuller transmissions, Allison.
Probably, yes.
Probably, yeah. And then, of course, for the axles is Dana, Meritor, and Mack, right? So you get the gold one. When you have that on the hood, that's like taking pride in that I have a full, real Mack truck with all the best parts, right? And then also they came out with the
copper
Bulldog, when that represents their electronic truck.
Electric
truck, sorry. Their electric truck. And then, of course, the black one for the black edition.
Yeah.
So there's only four different colored Bulldogs.
That is really cool. And this limited edition Black Anthem as well, in the real world, is limited to only 500 made.
Yes.
So it is like a limited edition Mack Black Anthem. But of course, an American Truck Simulator, you're not going to miss out on it. It's part of the free update. You can grab it from your nearest Mack dealership, and it's an awesome addition to have. Really cool. All right.
Okay, I can see Namiro is in the chat asking why I like automatic more than manual.
Oh, come on.
So,
Mark, give a PR answer.
A PR answer?
Yeah. Look at him struggle.
I got nothing. No, honestly, automatics. I had an automatic in one of my trucks, and it was. I'll be honest. It was. For me, growing up in manuals, cutting my teeth in manuals, starting with manual trucks, it was a bit of a love-hate relationship. There was definitely some getting used to, but I cannot argue with the benefits of the automatic transmission. I mean, it's something you don't even realize you're doing, especially like being an old school trucker like myself, is that when you're driving, you're shifting gears, you just think that's a part of truck driving. And the first time you drive an automatic truck and you realize it's one less thing you have to think about, and you have both hands on the wheel and you're able to just like put your full attention on what's around you, your full attention on the traffic around you, your full attention on just driving, and you realize how much thought process that actually took to actually shift the gears and to have to actually like consider where your hands are, because for whatever reason you might have to put both hands on the wheel and then take one hand off the wheel and grab a gear and then get it back, and it's like these little things that that do kind of take away from take away from your attention. So I can't argue with that, right? And I will say without a doubt that the M drive transmissions are my favorite. again, not a salesman's pitch. Like I cannot stress enough how much I like Mack trucks. Like I bought this hat with my own money. So Mack transmissions, they're utilizing proven technology,
Right. Yeah.
to make a transmission that is actually taking inputs from the load, from the terrain, from the driver input, from so many different things to actually shift the truck the way you would if you were driving manual.
Okay.
The way an experienced driver knows the truck needs to be shifted, right? It'll skip gears when it needs to. If you're slowing down, it won't just grab gears unnecessarily. It'll grab 2 gears. You know what I mean? It'll bring the truck right down to an idle and grab 2 or 3 gears, right? It's a very intelligent transmission, very smooth transmission. Like, I think I can confidently say if I was going to buy an automatic truck, it would have to be a Mack to have an M-Drive. Like,
wow.
Actually, the M-Drive transmission, not to brag and pull my own chain, but the M-Drive transmission being on the Mack Pinnacle was actually 100% me.
Yeah, that was your
all
idea.
me.
You made
passion.
it very clear that you wanted that transmission.
I was like, we need the 14-speed HD, and we need it to be downsped because that's the way the technology is going. That's the way Mack is starting to spec these trucks, and we should represent it, right? So, shout out to Max to put it in the game for us, but that was all me.
Love it though. I mean, that's what our players love, is like the dedication, the attention to detail, the customizations, and all the options that you can possibly grab. That's possible, and you've definitely pulled out all the bells and the whistles and the stops for the Mack Pinnacle. I think it's a great looking truck, and I got to say, big shout out to the vehicles team and everybody involved in the creation of this truck, whether it's research or you guys heading out to Mack themselves and such, for making this a possibility. Because I got to say, it looks great. And also sounding pretty good too. I like it. Oh, careful there, Mark.
Whoa, Mark.
I was just thinking,
this thing's
Mark,
brand
you're
new.
driving it like how you snap the cables.
Actually, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
But I was just thinking that we gotta, we gotta represent this truck right for the release, and we gotta make a nice, rugged version of the truck here, real quick. So bear with me.
Okay. In the meantime, chat. Do you have any favorite things about the Mack Pinnacle already? Is there anything that you really, really love about it? Is it the classic options? Do you prefer the modern version? Do let us know in the chat. We'd love to hear some of your feedback. And maybe some of you have some experience as well in the chat driving a Mack Pinnacle in real life. Let us know if you're a previous truck driver or veteran. Do let us know. We'd love to hear it. We got people saying they just love how iconic it looks. Amazing, saying the classic paint schemes. Loving the some of the newer paint jobs as well there, some of the old parts. Can't decide on both. They look amazing, looking robust. The hood. A lot of people saying they like the hood mirrors. Just saying, there's quite a few people in the chat that they like that. Luckily, Mark's not behind the moderator position today. I think a lot of you would have been banned by now.
Everyone's getting banned.
This could be your last stream here. So,
are you just doing the same truck that we saw?
No, I put the black roof caps on it there and throwing a bunch of chrome accessories on it. But I think we have a nice, rugged looking. Let's put the little tanks on there. Yeah, there we go. That is a nice, rugged looking truck. We're gonna do the Pinnacle justice here. We're gonna get a trailer for it too.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm excited. What's on offer?
Company trailer manager. Let's see what I got.
Yeah, you got a few you can
Thought I had a
play with.
Nope, we're gonna buy one real quick.
Okay. What are you thinking? What do you have in mind?
Well, you'll see here in a second. Be patient, Alex.
Okay,
there we
okay. Go. Oh, okay. I see what you're going for. The old reliable workhorse.
That's what it was designed for, right?
I don't. I wouldn't say it's what it was designed for. I think. I mean, you got to remember, trucks aren't like cars. Like when you go to the dealership to buy a car, you're pretty much choosing what you want that car to do when you spec a few packages on it, right? Trucks are kind of done a completely different way, where you can spec kind of any truck to do anything. You know what I mean? You can spec a 20,000-pound front axle under a Freightliner Cascadia. You know what I mean? You can spec a completely light duty axle under a Peterbilt 389. There's so many ways to spec so many different trucks, right? And Mack kind of really. I mean, the Pinnacle is probably the perfect example of versatility. This is a truck that can be perfectly at home as a highway truck in front of a reefer, with
Right.
the the aerodynamic roof cap on the 70-inch sleeper.
Right.
Perfectly at home, doing heavy work with a lowboy. Like, this is just by far probably one of the most versatile trucks on the market, I would say.
Yeah. But I see a lot of these doing like heavy duty work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can even get them in, I believe Mack offers them in 8x4 configurations and
Right.
possibly even 8x6.
Okay.
Did you actually see like a lot of them on the road when you were out,
Yeah, it's
traveling in the
pretty-
States?
it's-
Is it quite a commonplace, would you say?
I would say I've seen it quite a bit, like surprisingly more than I thought that I would see it. So yeah, it's a pretty common sight.
They're especially, it depends on where you are too. They're especially, I would say, more common in the Northeast states like Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Ohio, New
Got
York.
it.
You don't maybe quite see them quite so much in,
West Coast.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like, they're
rare.
there. Like, don't get me wrong, they're definitely there, but definitely in the Northeast is where, like, you're really, you can't throw a rock without hitting one, right?
Yeah.
Mm. No, I gotcha. It's interesting to know. Just obviously, a lot of people here in the chat also saying that they've seen them on the roads recently, or maybe in some areas not so much. But it's good to know that they're still kind of running around the highways. Maybe you still might see a few classics out there if you're lucky. Who knows? I'm sure there's a couple running somewhere across the states that somebody has some vintage kind of trucks on the run. I imagine, Mark, you might have seen some of them in your time trucking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At the truck shows and stuff like that as well.
And you know what,
I'm sure
like,
people love to show
you
'em
talk
off.
about, like, the classic long and tall trucks, right? And it's funny because whenever you're at a truck show or you're at a truck shop, nobody's looking at those long and tall trucks. They're all looking at these, you know what I mean? They're looking at the Macks, and not even just the classic ones. Like, even a truck like this will gain more attention because
Really? Okay.
it's just a classic thing. I mean, like, there's a reason they say built like a Mack truck.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That is a very specific phrase, and it's about Mack, you know?
Someone is
I love
saying
it.
there's a Pinnacle in Europe.
Oh?
Really?
Okay.
I did not know that. Whereabouts in Europe is that? I have to know what
Probably.
country.
Usually these trucks end up in Netherlands. I would say there are a lot of American trucks in
Mm.
Netherlands.
There's a lot of American truck enthusiasts in Netherlands for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was actually kind of surprised when we were at the show there, Elmia show in Jönköping in Sweden. There was only 2 American trucks there. I expected to see more. I thought
Huh.
the Swedish were pretty
Yeah.
big into them too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So as we get on the highway here, I kind of want to demonstrate the whole down speeding concept. So
Yeah, please do
as
tell
you-
us.
You can see we're in 11th gear right now, right? And we're doing, what is that, 1200 RPM, let's say, for 52 miles an hour, right? So I can lock it into manual mode here and get it up to, let's say, typical highway speed, I would say, for the Northeast is 65 miles an hour, and most companies are speed limiting their trucks anymore at that speed, right? And I'll bump the cruise control on here once we have 65, and you can see the truck is doing a nice 1425 RPM, which is right in like the balance between peak torque and peak horsepower, right? So this is going to be your best for pulling heavy loads and just really, putting that engine to work when you're not so worried about fuel mileage and you need to just get the job done, right? But you bump it up into 12th gear. You can see we just went down to 12th gear there. And now she's doing, 1125 RPM? So now she's just sipping fuel. So if you're running with an empty trailer like we are right now, you know what I mean? Why are you burning extra fuel? Why are you having all that extra parasitic loss and all that, right? So you can take advantage of that
Okay.
overdrive gear ratio to really keep your RPM down, right? And if you're not in a hurry, you can even... now, this isn't a turbo compounding motor in this truck, so we probably can't go as low as like 900 RPM like some of these guys are doing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, even at this RPM, we're probably still like near... I think we're probably still at 100% torque, right? I believe the torque starts in these trucks right around 1100 RPM. I don't remember exactly.
Probably even lower.
You think so?
Yeah.
Could be.
I mean, a lot of the trucks start at 1,000 or 900.
Right. So, I mean, like when you don't need... Like, there's someone would put out a chart recently about how much horsepower it takes to maintain whatever speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe to maintain, like, depending on your gear ratio and your tire size and the truck weight and all that, but, like, it's not that much. Like, you need, like, 250 horsepower to maintain on a 0% grade, like, with 80,000 pounds. So why do you need to be at peak torque with 505 horsepower? You know what I mean? Wasting that fuel, wasting, like, you're you know what I mean? You're actually most efficient at full throttle, believe it or not. It's the best, like, burn of the diesel, right? So the lower the RPM and the more throttle you use, you're actually getting better efficiency than being at a higher RPM with less throttle.
Right.
Right? I don't understand it because
Cool.
I'm not an engineer, but I've heard this multiple times in my career.
Sounds like you had it rehearsed, man. You had it done to a T there. I was
Yeah.
interested. But, yeah.
One of the guys I used to work with, he's actually the guy that taught me how to drive when I first got my license. Him and I went driving together, team for 2 months, for him to teach me how to drive. Because my dad didn't want to teach me because he was worried that he would, just leave me stranded somewhere in the U.S. because he would get sick of me. So my mentor was a guy named Don Frazier, old school truck driver, started driving back in the 60s, and he was very much old school, but also very much about new technology. So he taught me a lot about fuel mileage and a lot about how to maximize the truck based on whatever powertrain you might have in the truck. Because sometimes you don't always have the ideal powertrain, but you can still maximize with what you have, right? So, I mean, a lot of my knowledge, like I wasn't born knowing this stuff, right? A lot of my knowledge comes from other truck drivers that have been around a lot longer than me. And it's just about listening and learning, right? And keeping it between the white lines.
Yeah, probably you can use one of the newer technologies like lane keep assist.
Yeah, I could, but I'm a driver, Oscar. I just finished this spiel about adapting the new technology.
Yeah, where's your manual shifter?
It's over here. I got it.
He's using it.
Honestly, it's too hard to do everything and shift gears at the same time. That's every time I use the manual shifter, I end up crashing or missing an exit, and then the channel or everyone in the chat loses channel points. So
since we did the predictions, yeah, that's true. The economy has been absolutely tanked in the Twitch. Just by Mark's driving, essentially.
Sorry, chat.
That happens. But I know a lot of you are going to be excited to drive this Mack Pinnacle, and honestly, I can see your excitement. I know a lot of you are hyped up in the chat, and just wondering, when is this going to come out? Well, maybe we'll have to share some news soon. But in the meantime, as we keep on trucking here, I just wanted to ask chat if you're going to have this truck pretty soon, where would you take it first? Would you head to the West Coast? Would you maybe go down south a little bit? Let us know in the chat. Be interested to know where you would head to in the Mack Pinnacle. So it'd be good to know. And Mark, where are you actually heading? You just driving? You just cruising?
We're in northern Little Rock right now.
Yeah, look at that. You got some of the landmarks
through
there.
Arkansas.
That's good stuff. I like it. And Oscar as well. Like when you're actually out at Mack as well, would you say it took a long time to get all the kind of the research done that you needed to, or was it kind of a pretty smooth process, would you say?
Yeah, I think for this truck it was pretty interesting. Like we know that we could do it because it shared some parts of the Pinnacle, but it was a little bit of a challenge for us to get the hood correct. So yeah, it took us a while, and really when we committed to it, we figured out that this was really something of great value to our community, and of course Mark was here to push it to the finish line. So really happy to see that this truck is finally out after teasing it for so many months.
Honestly,
thanks Mark again for teasing everyone.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest about something. When it was in my build, I wasn't even testing with it. I was just driving it around. I think at that time we were getting ready to release, I think, Nebraska. And yeah, it was Nebraska. And I was just driving around the map. I had to do we do testing within the company and stuff. And I was just driving around looking for bugs. And I'm like, I want to drive the Pinnacle. So I put the Pinnacle in my build, right? And then Namiro hits me with the task for the screenshots. So, okay, I'll go take some screenshots. Forget to take the Pinnacle out. And boom, there's a leak. But, yeah.
I mean, the community certainly appreciated it, and they were pretty quick to spot it as well.
I couldn't
there's
believe
some eagle eyes in the chat.
I remember that night. I remember messaging Namiro like, "Oh man, I messed up." He's like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I leaked the Pinnacle." He's like, "How?" And I showed him the screenshot, and he's like, "Whatever." He's like, "It's done now, but yeah, just try to pay attention for the future."
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I remember seeing the community kind of losing their mind a little bit, and we just kind of went with it, I guess. Kind of went with it.
I feel a little bit bad that it took us so long, from then, because from what they could see, just that little pixelated truck, to them it must have looked like a nearly completed model, right? So, I wish it had been in a more of a final state when I leaked it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's something that's obviously very hard. Oscar, obviously, you would know a lot about this more so than myself or Mark, but there's always like a lot of little details that need to be kind of sorted before a truck
Yeah,
release, right?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even approvals, because of the number of different parts on it, we had to make sure that everything looked right, and there's usually a lot of back and forth with the OEMs to make sure that the truck looks exactly as it should, that we made everything correct and represents their best truck available.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Oh my God,
Oh!
Mark. Mark.
Namiro, when did you take control of my steering wheel? How'd you do that remotely? That's crazy. I can't believe you just did that.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
You were doing so well, and we haven't
Built
got that
like
much
a-
time left.
Hey, but you know what? Built like a Mack truck. Look at that. No damage. No damage.
That is
Just
crazy.
keeps on trucking. Just don't look at what's going on back there.
It. It's a good thing we didn't do a prediction, right, chat? Would have been another Dark Friday. It just would have been. Yeah,
This is why
exactly.
Mark now works for SCS and not as a real driver.
I've never had an
Ooh.
at-fault accident in
Okay.
truck driving.
He's got a clean record.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Virtually.
Not so
Not
much.
virtually. Not
virtually. Yeah, virtually it's a little.
Yeah.
It's,
To be fair, there's a few more distractions driving virtually than there is in the real world, I would say.
But to be
Right?
fair, this isn't our career profile, so this is just a dream. This isn't real life,
right.
right? So forget everything you just saw, Chad. It's
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. Well, time is kind of coming to a quick close to us. We've only kind of got limited time on today's stream. Oscar, I wanted to ask before kind of we start beginning to slowly wrap things up here. Did you want to give a shout out to kind of any of the team, either here at SCS Software or from Mac, about the Pinnacle and its
absolutely.
creation?
Yeah, we really have to thank Cam from Mac. He's the one that's been helping us all along with all the models, including the Pinnacle, including the Anthem. He's the one that's really been helping us put together the business trips that we've been on to the Mac Experience Center to make sure that we got all the sounds for the truck, make sure we have the references for the truck. So shout out to Mac for all their help. And of course internally we have to thank our vehicles team who has worked so hard to make sure this truck is in this condition that Mark is so happy to drive it. I think one of his dreams here is fulfilled to see the Pinnacle finally available in the game. So thanks to the vehicles team, thanks to also the marketing team, of course, for putting together the amazing screenshots and video trailer. I think that we'll probably play in a while.
pretty shortly here. We're getting ready to.
Pretty surely, yeah, maybe in a
So,
minute or two, actually. Yeah.
Everyone involved in this project, including, of course, QA as well, research.
And I want to say shout out to everyone at the demo center too. They
Yeah.
were super hospitable. They hooked us up with some like swag, like these koozies for the drinks and stuff like that.
Very nice, very nice.
Super hospitable. Can't thank them enough. Allowing us to drive the trucks. Especially like for me, it was a dream come true being able to hop into a new Pinnacle because I drove old Macs, but I'd never driven anything newer, and I was so looking forward to it. And I really was like a kid in a candy shop, and that was just definitely the highlight, I would say, of that whole trip was getting to go to the Mac demo center. And just thanks, guys. Everyone at the demo center, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you guys and to work with you for the day.
Awesome. Maybe without going into too much detail, very quickly, Oscar, did you get to also do a bit of driving, or?
Of course I did.
course.
Not just the
Okay.
Pinnacle, plenty of other Mac trucks as well. So
Ooh,
it was
okay,
a really
okay.
awesome day that we had. It was more fun than work, I would say.
I only got to drive 2 trucks because after I broke the one truck, they wouldn't let me drive anymore.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, I guess we're running out of time," and I was like, "I get it."
Oh
guys, it's fine."
no!
Oh, we had to go.
Oh, that's it. It's the end. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, good stuff. Well, we are fast approaching the top of the hour, literally seconds away. And the number one question that's been in the chat, of course, since pretty much even before the stream started, is when are we going to be able to get behind the wheel of the Mac Pinnacle for ourselves? You've shown us teasers, you've shown us pictures, we've even had a gameplay preview video from Arkansas with the Mac Pinnacle. Who spotted that, by the way? Did anyone notice that in the chat? Let us know. Definitely a lot of hype for this truck. Well, we are very excited to announce that the Mac Pinnacle is going to be out right tomorrow. No, it's now. It's now.
Playing with their emotions, Alex.
Wow.
It is going to be right now. It is going to be right now. The button is going to be pushed for the Mac Pinnacle, and I believe we have that trailer now ready to throw up on the screen. Let's take a look at that. Benny, are you ready? Ladies and gents, the Mack Pinnacle, everybody. What a beautiful truck. And it's so excited to have it in American Truck Simulator. Mark, Oscar, everybody else at SCS Software, and to everyone at Mack Trucks, congratulations. It's an exciting time for sure. And it may not show up in your Steam in just a couple of minutes. I imagine it will. If not, you might need to restart your Steam client a little bit later. But it will be out here in just a couple of moments' time for sure. We've pushed the button, and it's going to be heading to American Truck Simulator as a free update for everybody who owns the game. Very exciting. Oscar, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, go enjoy it. It's a beautiful truck. Go customize it the way you want. There's so many options. I'm sure you can
Absolutely
make it look as beautiful as you want it to be. So go out there and enjoy it. And thank you again to everyone from Mac and to our vehicles team and everyone involved in this project.
Absolutely.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
thank you,
And
Oscar.
Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar,
It's
for
nice
being here.
on stream again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
also,
been a
I
while.
mean, you facilitate these,
Oh.
right? Like you're the one that gets
All
the
right,
licenses.
yeah.
And
I
gets
kind of forgot that was my job. So.
It's a big part of your job. You're always running
Cool.
around the place and flying all over the world and doing all sorts of things. We appreciate your work, and I know the community does as well. So
Great
Yeah,
to
no,
hear that.
it's-
Really great
it's-
to hear that. Thank you.
it's great. So it has been released. Go and get your Pinnacle. It should be now available in your game as a free update. So go and enjoy it. Mark, thank you for being our driver, and also, well, just all-round kind of knowledge driver as well, kind of teaching us all about the customizations and the Pinnacle itself, and of course that M drive that you love to talk about as well. It's very informative. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the players enjoy it. It's something that, for me, again, it's all about the versatility, not having to switch trucks when you're going from hauling a line haul load to like a, heavy triple lowboy load. This truck will do it all. So I hope the players enjoy it. And yeah, so.
Absolutely. And don't forget, chat, we want to see your screenshots. We want to see your videos and all your feedback and thoughts and everything. Make sure you share them with us and also with Mack Trucks on social media. What's up, Mark? What just came to your
We
head?
never did tell them about the orange truck with the silver stripe.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
So
Want to get out of the way? Go
Oh,
on.
yeah. It was a shout out. If anyone watched the Ask Me Anything stream, I talked about my dad's old trucks, and he had a orange Ford with the same silver stripe, and it's an old Skelton Truck Lines paint job. So they're still running that paint job to this day, but now they're mostly doing pharmaceuticals. They're a
Right.
Canadian company, so I want to do a little shout out to them. So yeah, Skelton Truck Lines. If you're curious about the orange paint job.
cool.
There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Mark.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, make sure you send us your photos, your videos, tag us, tag at Mack Trucks as well on Facebook and on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it these days, and Instagram and TikTok as well. And also, don't forget, September 16th, put it in your calendars. That is the release of Arkansas for American Truck Simulator. That's going to be our next big stream happening on Monday. It's just around the corner. So just after this weekend, make sure you're back with us then. Of course, we'll be sharing more news about that on the day. But unfortunately, that is all we got time for. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're going to let you head into your Mack Pinnacle now, get into American Truck Simulator, and enjoy the drive. Again, big shout out to all of our community. Thank you for all of your support and also your patience as well through the teasers. And big shout out as well to all those who are in the chat, from SCS Software, and also to Benny behind the scenes as well. We appreciate you. So from all of us here at SCS Software, we hope you have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you all again very, very soon, especially for the release of Arkansas. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.